Hey guys, this is Mel, and I'm back to talk about Supernatural, episode 1319, titled Funeralia, which premiered Thursday, April 19th, 2018 on the CW. I am recording the same night. It's been about 2 hours since the episode has ended. So huge spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the episode already, please go do so first. You learn a lot in this episode. So go check that out first and then come back, see what I have to say about the episode. My other video reminders are up on screen. Take a moment to remind yourselves of those and look over that. And I'm going to try to do this in 10 minutes. I'll try to recap very quickly and then go straight into my actual thoughts and favorites and all that. My usual, really, of the episode. So 10-minute clock has started, and let's begin with what happened in this episode. So timeline-wise, I don't really know how long it's been since the previous episode, but I'm pretty sure it's maybe the day after or maybe 2 days. I don't believe that it would have been a week between the two episodes. They just wouldn't do it because at the end of the last episode, they found out that they lost Gabriel. So with that news, they're going to want to start right into trying to find him. So if anything, 2 days most, I'm thinking, since the events of 1318. Moving on to the episode reminder, though, I'm thinking of it as Rowena's rampage. You can kind of think of it as knocking on death's door very hard, if you will. But there's that. The huge episode breakdown I picked up on were two different storylines. One dealing with Rowena's quest for death, and not in the way you were thinking. And the second one being Castiel's shocking discovery. So with Rowena's storyline, we find out that Rowena is using this new power that she's unlocked inside of her. She's using it to kill off Reapers to get Death's attention, because she wants to try to resurrect Fergus. With this power, she's got new clarity over the fact that everything she has worked to achieve to get her magic, get her power, it all meant nothing when she pretty much lost everything in the process, mainly Fergus. So there's that. Also with the storyline, we find out that Rowena's death, like her absolute death, is supposed to be by Sam's hands. I mean, when we last saw Death, they mentioned the whole journals and how each journal holds a possible way that you could die. Well, Rowena only has one journal, and that is always by the hands of Sam that she's killed by. So we found out about that. Also, we find out that if too many changes happen to people's fates, they could all result in a biblical repercussion, like the Black Plague, another war. Because if you change one person's fate, if they died earlier than they were supposed to, or earlier than they were supposed to, that one fate, or when that one person dies before they're meant to, it causes a ripple effect, because the lives that they were supposed to touch or change or influence never would have happened if they died before their time. And then those lives are not affected, and then those lives don't affect who they're supposed to, and it butterfly effects, ripple effects. And if too much of that happens, the cosmos, as was explained, would have to do a huge reset button, and that is usually done with massive deaths, like with the plague, wars, and all that. So that was shocking right there to learn. Also, moving to another shocking discovery was with Castiel, when we found out in this part of the story that angels are what power heaven, as if the angels are the batteries that keep heaven going. So that was one thing there. Also, we find out that if heaven isn't in business anymore, all the souls that were entrusted in the care of heaven, they will fall down to earth as ghosts. At least that was my interpretation of it. And it's very a dire situation, I guess you can say. And I'll go back to that in a moment. We also get a surprising visit, which I will mention again, as well as some shocking numbers as well. But the last scene of the episode showed Sam and Dean giving Rowena the chance for redemption, by offering her a chance to help them reunite their family again. So there's that. Tidbit-wise, though, is the fact that Dean makes a comment about the fact that he has a full shelf of journals with possible deaths that he could incur as his final one. No mention of how many Sam has. Also, Billy, the new Billy Death, or Death Billy, I don't know what to call her really, but she assigned Reaper Jessica to watch over the Winchesters constantly, like invisible mode, baby monitor type thing. A little creepy, but she still can't intervene. Like the many times that she could help them, she was told that as Reapers, they're not meant to intervene, they're just meant to observe or collect and stuff like that. Also, we were painted the picture that Gabriel could be hiding anywhere in the universe, not just anywhere on this earth. So he could be very hard to find, which is why Castiel turns to the angels in the first place, hoping that they could help him out. Also, we have a comment about the fact that Dean took down Rowena's highly trained military operative, which impressed Reaper Jessica. So it was just made a comment about how skillful Dean is. So there's that. But moving on to death tally or end tally, we only see 2 deaths, or technically 4 deaths on screen, and that was with the 2 humans that Rowena killed that were part of the pharmaceutical scandal, as well as their respective Reapers. But according to Jessica, Rowena killed 4 humans before she got to that CEO guy. So 5 humans total from the sounds of it. And then there are 5 Reapers. So there's that. Moving on, though, to most shocking moment of the episode. Very 2 major shockers, both from Castiel's storyline. And it was the fact that we got actual numbers of how many angels are left. And we find out that there are 9 angels currently in heaven, including Castiel and the one who's giving him the news, which I'll reveal shortly, and then maybe 1 or 2 angels on Earth. So that's a total of 11 angels, which was shocking. I thought it was at least in the thousands, maybe the millions, like who knows how many angels originally started off with, but I thought it was like huge numbers, not the fact that I could maybe count them with both my hands. It's like that's so low of a number, and just to get Castiel's shock over that, I was with him there. I mean, that was just wow. I mean, we know that he's one of them. This person that gave him the news is another one. Sister Joe or Anil is one of them. Duma is one of them. Indra, who was guarding the gate, is another one. Those other ones that were standing by Duma, those are the last ones. Maybe we saw all the angels left alive in the last 2 episodes. So that was shocking. And then the person who gave the news, it was Naomi, back from season 8. She's back. She apparently kept her survival hidden so that she's had years to kind of put herself back together. She's still missing a few holes because Castiel did put a drill in her skull, but she's back. She's looking great, but she's back. But seriously, when the synopsis said that Castiel would be shocked by what and who he finds in heaven, I seriously thought that he was going to find out that Lucifer was now running heaven. I was not expecting Naomi's return whatsoever, so that was like a huge shocker for me there too. And then the fact that she gave the line that there's only 9 angels currently in heaven, including you and me, talking to Castiel, and then like 1 or 2 on Earth, is like, whoa, that's like a bigger shocker right there. It's just like, wow, they really need to find Gabriel now to kind of help them out. So that was a huge shocker there. But moving on to the top 3 favorite moments. The first favorite I had was the Reapers, mainly because we got to find out what that whole fate business one, how if you change one person's fate prematurely, it affects so many other people's, which is true, because people change people, and they affect so many people that they don't even know without realizing it and such, and it includes this butterfly effect. And it was great to hear that, yet very shocking in a sense to hear the extent of it and what will be done if it gets to that point where death would have to intervene to reset it. It was a terrifyingly fantastic concept to introduce or to put focus on. So I'll leave it at that. And second favorite I had was the relationship between Sam and Rowena. They've come a long way. They both have grown such a bond towards each other. Sam is he believes in Rowena now. Like, he believes that she's a better person now. She's doing better. She's making progress and stuff like that. He hesitates to kill her, and then when the tables are turned, Rowena ends up doing the same thing. She can't kill him. So it's like there was a time when they both would have killed each other without a hesitance, and now they don't want to do it now. And it's like the very last resort type of a thing. And then when Sam actually pulled the trigger and Rowena stopped the bullet, you could see it on her face that she was truly mortified that he actually pulled the trigger on her. It's just like, I didn't think you'd actually, like, it would actually come to this type of a thing. So it was really interesting to see the dynamic between the two in this episode, especially since it's been growing for quite a bit now. So it was great for that. Also, because of that, I like the final scene between the two of them, as well as with Dean, how Sam is checking up on both Dean and Rowena, how they're trying to get each other to see that the choices they made are the choices they have to deal with, and it's only them that can take the blame for it. You can't shoulder it to anybody. You can't pick someone else's blame with or guilt and stuff like that. It was just a great bonding experience, and they're all doing it over a beer. And then a way to kind of give each other a redemption is to help them save the people that they love, in a sense. And there's the timer. So it was very interesting. I hope she says yes, though. But side favorites for the episode, I like the fact that Reaper Jessica was impressed and made the comment about Dean's fighting skills, how he took down a highly trained military operative. I mean, that just shows how skilled Dean is with his fighting skills. So there's that. Another favorite was the phone call between Rowena, Dean, Sam, and Castiel, when she calls them her three musketeers, and just that whole conversation and the exchanges between them was just funny. And then also another favorite was Rowena got to tango in this episode. I definitely wasn't expecting that, but that must have been fun to do. And it was a great way for them to include that, despite it ending up in flames. But it was very cool how they were able to showcase that for Rowena. So there's that. Moving on to top 3 peeve moments. I didn't really have a peeve with this episode. I learned a lot about the bigger picture in this episode. It was great for character development as well as relationship developments too. So I really liked that. So I didn't really have any peeves with this. So I'll continue on to what will I remember most when I look back on this episode. The state of heaven. Huge shocker right there. Also, the extent of Rowena's power. I didn't really think that she can actually target Reapers themselves. But I guess if she's motivated enough, then she can. Makes me wonder if that was a sudden, like if that was a recent mission of hers, or if that's always something she wanted to do and then get the power and then it kind of fueled her. I don't know. But there's that. But moving on to random questions. First one is the 11 angel count including archangels Lucifer and Gabriel? If it doesn't, then that means we're only down to like 13, but that's still not good odds, especially if Michael's going to be coming down to this world. That's terrifying right there. Well, yeah, that just hit me right now, that if Michael does invade this world, there's going to be like an army of less than 20 angels of this earth to stop him. It's just like, while he has maybe huge numbers in his ranks, it's just like, oh boy. But second question, did Rowena decide to help the Winchesters at the end? I hope so. I want to see a team up for sure, which would lead to my next one. Would Rowena ever be considered family to the boys? Kind of like how Crowley kind of came into the family a little, maybe like a hateful cousin or something, I don't know, or a bothersome cousin, I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see how the progression of them furthers. So there's that. Another question is, are Lucifer and Joe still in heaven? Because if they were, I'm very surprised Castiel didn't run into them at all. If not, where did they go to? So there's that. Also, another question, if heaven loses power and all those souls fall, are they truly going to be ghosts back on Earth, or could they be reborn souls once again? So that's another thing there. And also, I was given the impression that it's the souls in heaven that power heaven, not the angels. Because back in season 7, they made this huge thing about their souls and how souls had to go to purgatory, or souls had to go to heaven or to hell. If you take them from any of the three, then it's like thousands upon thousands of souls and stuff. They made a huge deal about how powerful a soul is. So I always thought that all 3 places was powered by those souls, not by the beings that quote unquote work for that. designated place, if that makes sense. So there's that. But moving on to predictions very quickly, based off the promo for 1320, it looks like Mary and Jack plan to go after Michael, so we do get to go back to the apocalypse world next week. Also looks like Sam and Dean worry about their family as they are stuck in a motel room, with a bonus for Dean, magic fingers, which we haven't seen in a while, actually, to be honest, but that was a funny little bonus part right there. But the synopsis for the episode reads, not only is it directed by Richard Spade Jr., but it says that Gabriel is back and drags Sam and Dean into his plot for revenge on the demigods who sold him to Asmodeus. Meanwhile, Jack's inflating confidence leads to reckless decisions that could put others in harm's way. So not only are we getting Gabriel back, but Richard has to direct himself in this episode. That should be interesting. But new questions because of the events of this episode and what was learned. I am wondering if the season finale is going to have either A, the fall of heaven, and season 12's issues will be about the fallen souls from heaven turning into ghosts that now roam the earth. Did mention that chaos and danger would come from that. Second option is either the rise or the fall of Apocalypse Michael invading our world, and then season 14 is going to be the repercussions of either his rise or his downfall. And also the third one would have been, I just lost it. What was the third one? Crap, I lost. Oh yeah, third one is the whole fate thing. If the season finale would have that so many fates had changed prematurely, which could be because of the invasion brought on by the Apocalypse Michael. But if the fates change enough, then a biblical event would happen to reset everything, and then season 14 would have to deal with the resetting of the people, the souls, the death, however they want to set it. But it would have to be with the repercussions of that reset, I think. So those are the three, I think, is how they might end season 13 with. But that's about it, guys. What did you guys think of the episode? What did you guys like about it? What do you think is going to happen next? Let me know in the comments down below. Love to hear your own thoughts, theories, and opinions about what you think is going to happen next. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. If you want, check out my Tumblr page. Link for that is down below. I reblog promos, web clips, quotes, gifs, synopses, news, all that good stuff, all found in one place, so go check that out. Also, WordPress account, link for that is down below. Everything I post online is connected to WordPress. It's a work in progress. It's more organized, though, but I'm kind of behind in updating on both Tumblr and WordPress, but I'm getting to it slowly but surely, but remember that. Also, if you want a detailed recap of the episode, a play-by-play, if you will, in dot-noted form with my thoughts and theories included as I watch the episode, check that out at my Livejournal entry link down below. It helps me keep things in order for sure, especially with the little details. If it helps you out too, I'm glad I can help. But check that out if you want. It will be posted soon, hopefully. I'm behind on that as well. But it is written up for sure. So there's that. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your patience. I believe there's 4 episodes left of the season. So we got about a month left, to be honest. It's like, wow. But anyways, guys, I hope you come back to see what to say about the next episode. But until then, this is Mel. Wish you all a great day, great week, wherever you are. Bye for now.